I'm Elise Thompson-Richards, Associate Editor-in-Chief for Food Engineering Magazine. In this interview, I'm chatting with Jaclyn Navarra, Head of Engineering for Kerry, in recognition of International Women in Engineering Day, celebrated annually on June 23rd. Navara shares her college experience, her work with ingredient supplier Kerry, and advice for women just getting into the field. Let's get into it. Well, thanks, Jaclyn, so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, I'd like to open our conversation by starting from the beginning. When did you get interested in the STEM field and how?
So I first became interested in high school. I would say I've always had a good inkling for math and science, even from an early age. I would definitely say I became more interested once I started becoming involved with things like airplanes and roller coasters. So I'll probably get into a little more later, but I actually have a pilot's license too. But I would definitely say having an interest in roller coasters and airplanes really is what stuck me into mechanical engineering, at least that aspect of engineering. And then even when I was in college, I was very involved in our Engineers on Wheels program. From there, we visited all the local school children and did STEM demonstrations to elementary school children. So I think that, continued to inspire the STEM field for myself and then hopefully, influence the younger generation as well.
And so I'd love to hear a little bit about your college experience. What was it like studying mechanical engineering?
So I graduated from Rowan University with a degree in mechanical engineering. I was the graduation award recipient of the Irene Elizabeth Tracy Medallion Award for Excellence in Engineering. So I was heavily involved in a lot of our communities within Rowan. So I was the president of Rowan's chapter of the National Engineering Honor Society. I was also a member of the Golden Key International Honor Society. That I was also involved in some other communities, such as the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the Society of Women Engineers, and then our Engineers on Wheels program that we did STEM demonstrations to local school children.
Wow, it sounds like you were very busy.
Yeah, I've definitely always been very community driven for sure.
And so thinking about your class makeup, would you say that there were a few women in your classes, or was it pretty evenly mixed, or how did that
No, it's
look?
definitely very few. There was three females in our class of close to 50 of us total. So very few of us.
Would you say that presented a challenge or any unique opportunities, or how would you describe it?
I would say it presented some unique opportunities. It's just more that you have to, stick to your guns, have confidence in yourself for sure, and just know that through your own hard work that all your challenges will be overcome.
And so how did you get involved with Carrie then?
So I first worked at DuPont and Nestle before joining Kerry Ingredients. So this would be my third company. But what drew me to Kerry is because it's a very science-backed technology company and it supports health and nutrition technology. So I've also liked that Kerry has a big commitment towards sustainability and food safety. And overall, I feel like Kerry has been a great place to work and has a culture of inclusivity and belonging. And I definitely fully feel supported here.
Either at your time with Carrie or in your previous roles, what are some of the food industry projects that you worked on?
So within Kerry, I feel like I've worked on I know a couple multi-million-dollar capital projects over the last year and a half or so. Some of them are the integration of our plasma technology emission solutions. So this uses electric fields to oxidize VOCs and odors to reduce energy usage and the site's carbon footprint by 25%. Another project was the development of our new boiler stacks, which allows the plant boilers to operate at 100% capacity while reducing the energy consumptions. Executed the site wastewater improvement project, which is installing a pre-treatment chemical process to neutralize our pH levels earlier in the process to prevent bottlenecking at the neutralization tanks, and installed chemical pumps to continuously inject enzymes into the process flow to reduce stored mineral deposits by 46%. And then also we had the refurbishment of our RTO, which stands for Regenerative Thermal Oxidizer, which has led to operational and energy sustainability enhancements, such as the reduction in our startup time, reduction in our natural gas consumption by 80% on startup, the reduction of electrical consumption by 40% through the use of a VFD, which controls the motor speed, which then changes the voltage and frequency of its power supply. And then also have a couple of employee morale projects I just want to bring up too. Basically, I've led several employee morale projects, such as refurbishing the cafeteria, the workstations, the locker rooms, the production floors, the appliances, and the general commons area. Some other projects include installing an employee vegetable garden, expanding the parking lot areas, just placing great emphasis on community relations, just by doing things such as participating in, Bring Your Kid to Work Day, International Women's Day, Career Day presentation, and volunteering with some of my coworkers at the Community Food Bank of New Jersey.
Wow, wow, wow. That's incredible. And so I have a couple of follow-up questions.
Sure.
As far, it sounds like a lot of the projects were, sustainability focused. What does it mean to help drive those efforts for Kerry?
It definitely feels great. I know Kerry is a big supporter of sustainability, so I feel really proud to and honored that they trust in me to be in the forefront of some of these projects. And just seeing it through and seeing the end results has been very rewarding for myself, as well as a lot of my coworkers and those that are involved and participating in the teams as well.
And then, thinking about the employee wellness or employee morale projects, what does it
Mhm.
mean to be a part of those?
That honestly, I really enjoyed those because I know a lot of those come up on things like our voice survey and things that people are voicing themselves that want to see. So I feel really honored to be in the position that I can help with some of those items that employees are calling out that they would like to see. So seeing that they point out, hey, parking's overcrowded, and then being able to help with some expanding the parking lot areas. I know that they appreciate that, and I feel like it goes hand in hand with the morale and everything else that goes on throughout work. And I feel that I feel great that I feel like a lot of my coworkers, entrust in me that I'm able to get the jobs done and that they, confide in me in some of these issues that they would like to see fixed.
That's incredible. And then zooming out and looking at your career, have there been any challenges that you faced, as a woman in engineering?
Yeah. So of course, there's always like the gender bias and stereotypes. There's no doubt, there's male-dominated industry. And also, I'll talk about it a little bit later. I've actually been involved in 3 different fire departments. So even on like a personal level, I've always feel like it's been a male-dominated environment, in a lot of aspects of my life so far. But I would say, like, just stick to your guns, be your true, authentic self. Stay confident, and through your own hard work, all your challenges will be overcome. And in every situation, I noticed that's been the same, and it's never been an issue.
And in your time with Carrie or your previous roles, are there any examples of where you felt particularly supported? Or alternatively, do you have any ideas or suggestions for more fully supporting women in engineering?
I would say I definitely feel supported on a very regular basis. I feel supported and encouraged by, luckily everyone that I work with. I would just definitely say make sure you're surrounding yourself with an encouraging workplace for sure, and then be around those that you aspire to be like. I feel like it all starts working for a good company that is supportive of these things, like the National Women's Day and Culture Week, and events such as that. And I feel like Kerry has been great for supporting career development plans. So I overall feel like Kerry's doing everything they possibly can for inclusivity and diversity, and I definitely see the benefits from that.
And that's a great segue into my next question. Overall and in general terms, why do you think it's important to have gender diversity or diversity overall in engineering?
hmm I feel like companies with more, gender diverse workplaces typically, have better performance or outcomes overall, just from a broader range of perspectives, and more likely to retain the top talent, have more creative solutions. I definitely feel like having, diverse engineering team just brings, broader perspectives and experiences onto the table. Everyone's able to, if they're able to be comfortable and be themselves, you'll have more creative and effective solutions to some of these complex problems that we're seeing on a regular basis, and just more overall, more innovation and more solutions that we're able to bring forward from a diverse working team.
Mhm. And through your journey, have you benefited at all from having a mentor, or have you been mentoring someone yourself?
I personally have not had a mentor, but I would say in terms of myself, I feel like I've been a pillar and a role model for my community. I have some examples there that I can give. Um,
Please, that'd be great.
to start, for my college experience, I feel like I'm still even involved in my college community. In 2 weeks, I'll actually be receiving a community impact award in a formal ceremony with some family and close friends. And then I've also recently joined their alumni board of directors. So I'm still heavily involved with my Rowan community. And then also on my personal level, I'm the first female fire officer in the 143-year history of the Metuchen Volunteer Fire Department. I've been involved in 3 different volunteer firefighting organizations. So that's Metuchen, South Olbridge, and Blenheim are the three communities. So I've been a firefighter for 8 years now, and an officer now for the last fire officer now for the last 3. So I oversee firefighters, fire ground operations, conduct training, maintain equipment, and lead community relations. So ultimately, protecting life and property by engaging in firefighting, emergency care, rescue services, hazardous material training, and fire prevention. So I am heavily involved in a lot of our community events. I feel like I'm leading, the majority of those. But some of the community events that I lead include like our Boy Scout and Girl Scout station tours, performing fire demonstrations for Fire Prevention Month to the local school children. So pretty similar to the Engineer on Wheels program, but more now on the fire side that I do pretty regularly. I lead a lot of the township parades. We do things such as the trunk or treating for Halloween events, fire station open house that we have annually, our 9/11 memorial services, holiday department gathering, and even performing as Mrs. Claus on the fire truck during Christmas week each year. So overall, I just want to say that I definitely volunteer countless hours every week, responding to dispatches throughout our township at all hours of the day, and then participating in our weekly fire trainings. And then aside from all that too, I've been a CrossFit trainer at my local CrossFit gym for the last 8 years. So definitely very, very involved with my community. And I definitely do my best to be a role model for those around me in my community.
Wow. Do you sleep at all?
It's a good question. But I definitely could use some more of that.
And so congratulations on your upcoming
Thank you.
award. And, it's incredible to hear all the things that you're doing for your community. And I just wanted to ask, what drew you to, serving with the fire departments?
I feel like I know, and it's not like a family thing. It's not like I have any family members in the fire department, but I feel like it's always kind of been instilled with me from a young age to always give back, and that's it's my way of giving back. I feel like, I've always been very good on the technical side. So I did think it would be, more challenge to learn some of the hands-on stuff. And I'm a big, like, just tackling challenges head on. So I knew it was going to be male dominating. I knew, obviously I haven't had much at the time, much experience with some of the hands-on, tools and stuff that they use. And I feel like that would help me even be a better engineer, just being able to understand a lot of those aspects as well. And overall, just overcoming some new challenges, something never thought I'd be able to do. And 8 years later, I'm proud to say that I'm leading others and teaching some of the newer members how to do certain things.
Sure. And I'm sure those leadership skills help a lot in your engineering role.
Hmm.
So pivoting back to the engineering conversation, do you have any advice for women who are just getting started in engineering or are thinking about going into engineering?
Yes, I do think women overall tend to be underconfident, may feel they need to be more prepared. So I would say that my advice is to be confident, trust your intuitions, stay curious, don't be afraid to ask all the questions, stay motivated, take those risks, take the challenges head on, embrace those challenges and, enjoy the experience and then take, any opportunities that come in front of you, and even if they're may seem challenging, take your opportunities and just know that with your hard work that you'll be able to overcome all those challenges.
Definitely. And as you continue on in your career, what would you like to see happen?
Um, I would like to see equal leadership, continue to have a more diverse leadership and not just within Kerry, but overall, I'd like, the leadership to grow in particular, in the STEM fields.
And looking at my list here, I think those are all the questions I had. Is there anything else that you'd like to touch on that we didn't already discuss?
So I mentioned that engineering lead, at our Kerry Clark location. Additionally, like I said, a fire lieutenant in local firefighter, Metuchen, New Jersey, a CrossFit trainer at my local gym. I've actually even done expert witness consulting. So I hold several licenses. So I recently have my professional engineering license through the state of New Jersey. Have my project management professional certification, recently received that too. Lean Six Sigma green belts, and then, numerous firefighting certifications that I need to maintain. But then, beyond my engineering and emergency response responsibilities, I am pursuing an MBA at Rutgers University. So I am taking that part-time. And then additionally, I am an advanced scuba diver, pilot's license, CrossFit level 2 trainer, and then also a marathon finisher. I actually did one marathon last year, and then I'm actually in the process of training for another one for this upcoming fall.
Oh my goodness. Wow, you are incredibly accomplished, and I really appreciate you taking your time to share your experience with me today.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. And again, I'm very honored that, my name was put forward, and I hope, it's inspiring to others.
I'm sure it will be. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.